As late winter brings the heavy snowfall in western Pennsylvania, it's almost inconceivable to think that there is a life just beneath the surface of this deep and compact winter wonderland. As the snow blows and it covers the road, the woods, the forests, and the ice thickens in the pond, it's very important to realize that not too far away, not too deep under the snow,
so what you guys see here,
life is beginning.
We've gone pretty close to the end
again.
In terms of what we showed you last year.
While it's difficult to conceive the idea, staring into this frozen vernal pool with the icy water on the sides and the snow covering the deep mud,
hopefully we'll see some spring peepers.
The vernal pool itself gives us the blueprints for where we can begin to search for life, as the winter will soon change into the spring. While there's no life here now, the early risers of Pennsylvania, speaking about the amphibians such as the wood frog, the spring peeper, and the spotted salamander, are soon to light the path to begin the spring and welcome in life to Pennsylvania once again. This is the story of how all three of these animals coexist in the wild, and how we can enjoy listening and understanding these species for who they are exclusively.
I'm really excited for the opportunity for the wood frogs and the American toads. I'm not too sure what's going to happen with the timber and all the different deforestation that's happening, but at least we know there are definitely possibilities for these frogs and toads to come back and breed. The only thing is, are they going to have the opportunity, the offspring I'm saying, to come out and become tadpoles from eggs and then become juvenile frogs and toads and then become adults to complete the life cycle. That's the one thing I'm not necessarily sure that's going to happen. So we're going to be observing here, and we got some really cool footage of some different vernal pools, and it's going to be a good head start for us when we come back here. At least we have a couple of places that we know they could be a targeted spot for wood frogs, American toads, spring peepers.
We have the very first sighting, Frog Week. Why hello there. Why hello there. Look at that. Look at how beautiful you are. Look at that. You might be the very first frog that's out this year. Right here. Super slow because it's 44 degrees and this frog might have just de-thawed. We're going to have ourselves a really interesting night. This is the first frog of Frog Week 2020. Right here. It's a wood frog. I don't know that anybody would be surprised by that. I love wood frogs. I love wood frogs. I wonder if this is the first one to come out. Can I pick you up? Come on. The notorious wood frog. How beautiful these, oh, he wants down. Okay, we'll respect that. There you go, buddy. Look at how beautiful. Look at that. You go, buddy. Make some wood frogs. Okay, I really believe this is a female. Much bigger than the others. I'm on a road, so I'm gonna have to be quick about this. She's much bigger than the other ones we found today. A little bit different coloration. She's a reddish color, really beautiful. I just saved her from a little bit of a busier road, but just a bigger frog. Looks beautiful, but I gotta go. Look at that. I believe this one is a little bit older. Guys, could this one potentially truly be a female? Absolutely stunning frog. I'm gonna move it off the side of the road. It's much bigger than the other ones, much bigger. Looks a little bit more inflamed, like a wood frog should if it was gonna give some eggs out. So these guys are visible almost anywhere in Pennsylvania. Oh,
Looks like she wants to get going. But I love these frogs, I really do. They can tell you if you have a healthy ecosystem, because these guys are very sensitive to pollution. They're sensitive to all kinds of things that are going on with the world today. Hopefully these guys don't have any situations with the deforestation going on here. The good thing about pond frogs, guys, especially these wood frogs, is they have the ability to travel far, and hopefully this female traveled decently far, so that way she wasn't affected by the deforestation that's going on here. But as long as these wood frogs are out here, their offspring are going to be, and they're going to have an abundant ecosystem. And at some point the timber harvesting is going to stop. So as long as we can keep monitoring these guys and just keep documenting them, and you know, just assisting them off of the road. Look at this beautiful little guy here. He's heading down to the vernal pools to start calling. So I'm gonna give him a head start. My car is literally on the road, so this isn't good. There's nobody really coming on this road here. Well, you guys, we're out here again, and we have I believe this is a beautiful female. It's a large wood frog, and it also looks really chubby in the belly, which is a good sign that she's carrying eggs. This is just a beautiful wood frog. It's raining. It's probably upper 40s, low 50s tonight. We're on an abandoned road, so other than us, there's probably no harm coming to this female. It's truly incredible to see these explosive breeders out here, and we're really looking forward to catching some awesome stuff on footage tonight. I'm joined here with Tyler, and it looks like this is going to be a really productive night. This is the kind of weather condition that wood frogs thrive in. This is what a lot of people believe to be the max size of a wood frog. So, I would shine it above the eyes if you can. But this is a beautiful, beautiful wood frog. It's got to be at least 3 or 4 years old in the wild. Unprecedented. Could potentially be breaking 5 or 6. It's really hard to tell once they get to sexual maturity. But look how calm. It's because it's cold. There's no way that an active wood frog is going to let you do this for very long. They're very nervous animals, but they're very intelligent whenever they're panicked. Sometimes they'll actually turn and face the problem and try to cause panic in the predator, because they're wondering why the wood frog on Earth would just turn around, and she got hit with a massive raindrop. We're gonna set her over here though. Hold up, girl, hold on. There you go. There you go. So what we're looking at could potentially be another female. They seem to be a little bit more orangish. One thing I was bringing up in the car with Tyler that I did not mention, female wood frogs get to the size potentially big enough to eat a spring peeper. So there is potential for one of these two female wood frogs, potentially, that we've seen tonight, to locate and consume spring peepers. Now, it's very likely, it has not been proven to my knowledge, but ranid frogs, the pond frog species, do seem to be more carnivorous than the others. Here you go, girl. Be free, girl. Go ahead. There it is. Beautiful hop away. Go ahead. Just kind of a follow-up from the video on the Sony a6300. Just got the Huawei out here watching her hop away. How cool is that, guys? Good girl. Good. There we go. And she's on her way. And with that, so are we. We have more frogs to save.
American wood frogs.
Yes, we believe the dark one on the right to be the male and the red one on the left to be the female. Now, the one on the right did quack whenever Tyler picked it up. That was the distress call that these guys let out. It's very similar to the mating call. The female frogs do not have the same kind of distress call. It would really help us if he would grab her and go in amplexus, but I don't know that this guy's going to. I'm recording on my phone too, just in case we don't get a good shot with this, but oh man, is this special. Oh man, is this special. So you can see the size difference, you can see the coloration, you can see how much bigger a female wood frog is than a male. It could be a really challenging task trying to get good video footage of frogs and toads, especially in the pouring down rain in the early spring,
competing with the low 40-degree temperatures. But nonetheless, it was a really exciting experience getting some behind-the-scenes clips of myself showcasing how I work to capture the footage for Frog Week. It's really difficult to get a tripod, especially on roads, whenever you don't know how much time you have to get a video clip.
Or if it's just something that randomly happens. See the eye shines?
I don't know how they don't freeze.
These are a very freeze-tolerant frog. That's the quick answer.
Look at that one.
Look at that egg mass, Lord! Right there. Look at that. That's all egg mass.
Really?
Wow.
Aaron, look.
Oh, there we go.
What's that little thing that popped up? Is that a salamander?
That's a newt down there.
Right, yeah, that was my question.
So you see how they're all gathered around that one frog? That's the female. Yes, they are. I want to see if I can get that on film. So what you guys can see here, that dark mass where you see the flashlight on the camera here, that is an egg clutch. Right there, all of that's massive. It's unbelievable to see that. I think there's a wood frog hiding in the egg mass, which is really special. I don't think you can see that though. There are hundreds just here. What is up, guys? Oh, there they go. It's okay. There's a ton here tonight. Not in this one spot. There's another egg mass right there. So this egg clutch is a couple days old. It's all clumped together. Looks pretty tightly compact. But we're going to move on and we are going to try and get some good shots over here. That's what they call a knot. That's whenever a bunch of males are grasping the female and they're all trying for amplexus to fertilize her. There is a significant amount of casualties. Females do die during this, so it is a dangerous thing for the females potentially. But all wood frogs are trying to do this tonight during the breeding season. We're probably closer to the tail end of the breeding season for wood frogs, so it's going to be harder to find something like this going on. But yeah, this is actually a knot. You can see how much larger she is. She has about 6 wood frogs on her. What's going on, guys? We're out here officially the start of Frog Week. Had a really big night last night looking for wood frogs out here, and we're coming back to see if we can find some more. The temperature's a little bit cooler, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but this is the type of conditions a lot of wood frogs and early risers like, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It just rained a little bit again, so we're hoping that this will bring us some good luck, that we can find some type of life in here. I know yesterday I had some success. I found that newt and I found a bunch of wood frogs, so hopefully we're gonna have some success here again, but we'll catch up with you when we get down the hill a little bit more. This takes skill herping with one hand. There it is. This takes skill herping with one hand. There it is. That is the first spotted salamander. Now my buddy Tyler is recording me while I am filming this beautiful, beautiful spotted salamander. Now my buddy Tyler is recording me while I am filming this beautiful, beautiful spotted salamander. I'm gonna set it down real quick. I'm gonna set it away so you guys get a chance to see. There's another one. Look. There's another one. Look at that. So
We are filming this beautiful spotted salamander, and these guys are one of the first early risers along with the eastern newt. It's truly incredible to see. You know, a vernal pool is not just for wood frogs or spring peepers. We covered this a little bit last year, but you see there's a spotted salamander right beneath me, right there. So a vernal pool is not just for wood frogs or spring peepers. We covered this a little bit last year, but you see there's a spotted salamander right beneath me and right there. So they are thriving here. It is truly incredible to see that. Now, the spotted salamander is pretty cold tolerant. It's actually the largest of the terrestrial salamanders in the state. Until we find the tiger salamander and prove otherwise, this is the largest of the land-dwelling salamanders. Truly incredible find. It could be the first for the county this year. Not just one, but two. So
There we go.
the springtime is a very difficult time to film, but if you want to find the early risers, you have to be willing to go through the thunder, the lightning, sometimes the snow, and of course the cold and wet conditions. But it's all worth it, having the opportunity to experience the early risers in western Pennsylvania. Without the early risers, the ecosystem would be in complete turmoil. And it's always one of the most exciting times of the year for me. It marks the beginning of the adventure season when searching for frogs and toads. But these guys could potentially survive. Thank you, yeah. Yeah, we might have to check it out.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I wouldn't pull off the road there just because there's very big trucks that drive through there. It's kind of scary. Like 18-wheelers and stuff, school buses, garbage trucks. So yeah, you just park at my place and walk. It'd be like a quarter-mile walk. Not that bad.
How beautiful. She's very upset with us for taking her out of the water. We gotta move her though. You don't want to see that beautiful face get killed.
She's so cute.
You're doing really good holding her. We know this is a female, guys. Look at, let me see if I can show you. Look how wide the midsection of this salamander is. Well, we're trying to leave the vernal pools. I just documented for PARS a sighting of salamanders, spotted salamanders to be exact. And now we got this little guy, well, big guy. I don't know if it's a male or female, could be either. I'm leaning more towards male, but it might be a female. Moving very quickly right now. Just wanted to continue to document and say, hey man, we don't just stop for frogs, we try to stop for whatever we can find. But just say hi to the camera, buddy. He doesn't care. Okay, we're gonna set him in a vernal pool and head out. I've never seen that many spotted salamanders. I don't even think you can see this on camera. There it is. Look at that. That is I think what they call a congress. Let me see if I can zoom. Guys, that is a congress of salamanders. We are talking, there's a giant pile somewhere. That's a giant pile. We're talking somewhere of about maybe, I'd say 60. And this is only one spot. This is crazy. I am so happy to be out here tonight. Good, we can finally get them in here. A lot of people don't know this, but yeah, there are definitely terrestrial salamanders that breed in water, and then they spend the rest of their life on land. The spotted salamander is one of those individuals. It's truly an unbelievable scene. I have never seen this many salamanders anywhere gathered together quite like this tonight. So you guys are seeing something I have never seen before. Tonight just gets better and better.
That's a really good shot right there. So the wood frog is up here to the right. Spotted salamander you can't miss because of the yellow. You can see how close these animals come to each other in the wild. Oh, beautiful. Look at that over there. One's crawling, slithered into the pond. Look at that.
Oh, there's one over here. Oh.
That's what I mean. This is just an unbelievable spot.
This is a big one.
This is a couple. Just for proof, guys, that they are truly still breeding here. Let's see how close we can get until the camera gets blurry. That's the max I can go. Beautiful, guys. They're still breeding. We have a couple egg clutches here. Tyler, we're definitely gonna have to come back here in a couple of days and see the carnage that these wood frogs leave with all their eggs. It's gonna be filled with tadpoles and spotted salamander larvae. These guys, they're an amplexus. If I move, I'll disrupt them. Look at the male, look at the aggression. Or could that be another female? That might actually be a female.
Thing of his face here. Her face.
Look how fat that spotted salamander is, guys.
It's definitely that.
So, a recent study that I found with my professor, we were searching, do spotted salamanders actually eat spring peepers? Well, from the gut contents, I think it was a couple hundred, they did not find anything but invertebrates. So, possibly, spotted salamanders do not eat spring peepers, which is a really good thing for them, because these guys are truly carnivores. Like all amphibians, they'll try to eat whatever they can fit in their mouths, with exceptions of toxic insects and stuff. But spotted salamanders are truly incredible. Oh, look at that. They're friends. Is that a male?
I think it might be another female just because of the swollen cloaca thing, but
That's
they got
cool.
that like real fat thing at the end of the tail, or I guess the beginning of the tail. Now they can be.
You should get a picture of that.
Get a quick video of how derpy they are. Because there's a little puddle of water down there.
I'm gonna get my phone out for another shot of this, but beautiful, beautiful egg clutch here. Must have been a female wood frog that came down here. Guys, there's probably about 100 wood frogs here that are all male.
There's 3 wood frogs in Amplexus right here. Dude, this is a man-made vernal pool, and they're thriving over here. These wood frogs don't even care that we're here. They're still calling. Just being out here and seeing this. I'm really, really happy that we came over here, so life can continue to flourish out here. Now I am still trying to document for PARS, and my camera cannot, my phone cannot reach. So I am using my camera to document for PARS. I'm taking a picture of the lens here, but you can hear them. The spring peepers are out. Man, this is super abundant tonight. Super successful. What we have here is the emergence of the spring peeper. These guys are second in command whenever it comes to the early risers. It's truly incredible to see this guy. I almost ran him over, but in the nick of time I pulled off the road. Look how beautiful you are. Look at how beautiful. Look at that, he's gonna jump on me. Do you think I'm a tree there, guy? Beautiful frogs, look at the coloration. You know what? Oh, he landed beautifully. Look at that, he's camouflaged in. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do him something even better. He's a tree frog at heart. So let's set him, let's set the spring peeper on his way on one of his bushes here. Go ahead, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. A spring peeper in a bush. Look how cute this little spring peeper is. Look at this. Beautiful frog. Early risers, man. It's gonna be the beginning of the spring. But we are gonna help this little oh, I think he's looking to jump on me because I have camo on. Hopefully they don't fall victim to any wood frogs tonight. Like I said, it's possible. We're not gonna say that they do eat spring peepers, but it'd be a very interesting thing if you guys know. You can post that in the comments. But look how beautiful. It just doesn't know what the hell is going on. It's never seen something like me. Oh, it might jump on me. Let me show you a good angle. Oh, he's thinking, he has second thoughts here. Here, do you want to ride? Look how beautiful you are. Oh my. Let me get that on film. Look at that. That's what they look like in reality, guys. When they're calling, making that cute little peeping noise, that's about the size they are in a bush like that. Beautiful frogs. All right, we're gonna let this guy go and we're gonna try and make some more headway down the hill. Here we go, guys. Look at these eggs, wood frog eggs. There could be some spotted salamander eggs here, just in the middle. It looks like some of the eggs are dying, but it looks like the majority of them here are actually thriving. Oh, look at that, I see them moving a little bit. I don't know if I can catch any moving. Yeah, you can see one just moved right in the center of the camera. So this is really cool. I don't know if I'm gonna follow the story of these tadpoles specifically. It does look like some of them are starting to come out of the eggs. So this is a really good sign. I would imagine there's a lot of insects in here, invertebrates that will prey on tadpoles. As these tadpoles are leaving the water, the problem doesn't necessarily get better because there's birds that are going to be watching, especially on the shoreline. Birds are going to be hoping to pick off stray tadpoles that are too close to the edge, or even froglets whenever they're just emerging. You know, other pond frogs love to eat babies. They'll eat baby toads, baby wood frogs, even their own species. Green and bullfrogs relish wood frogs. They relish them. They taste good, apparently. I don't think they would, but hey, you know, I'm not a pond frog. But yeah, these guys, they have a really tough battle. I think it's 0.01% or possibly less in all frogs and toads survive. So they breed, I think it's called K capacity, where they just reproduce, and there's no repercussions, there's no parental care. So they really are on their own. Mom and dad aren't anywhere near this area. There are frogs in the wild in other countries that do protect their young. The African bullfrog is probably the most notorious. It'll hiss at anything that comes up to it, but you know, in terms of the United States, in terms of PA, we don't have that. Everybody leaves their young. So every survivor, every frog or toad that you see on the road or you hear in the woods or whatever, they're a survivor of one of the most miraculous events in the world, and that's surviving the young adult life of becoming a frog or a toad, being an egg, being a baby tadpole, a larger tadpole, the metamorphosis, a baby frog or toad, a juvenile frog or toad, and then an adult. It's really difficult. Very few survive. So what we're looking at here could be around maybe 100 wood frogs that are going to survive out of this, if any. Maybe none will survive. You know, it's very inconsistent with the areas that they're breeding in. We can't just say, well, here's a statistical number and this is how many are going to survive, because if a drought happens, if a predator, a very big predator like a bear, were to find these guys, there could be all kinds of really bad things for these creatures. So I'm just going to leave it at that. They're all wood frog tadpoles, and the way that I know this is because I actually got a chance to watch the frogs in amplexus and just reproducing. All these little black dots, that's wood frog tadpoles. So you can see right now, oh man, there's more here than I thought. Wow. There are no wood frogs, no spotted salamanders, no spring peepers over here, which I'm kind of surprised about. But you know, sometimes let me move my headlight. Hold on, stay put for a second, guys. There you go. So it always amazes me with how many tadpoles are here at the vernal site. I've never seen this before until this year, so it's really cool to see how many are here. The only thing that I have concern for is, are they actually all going to make it before this dries up? I don't know if you guys are aware, but vernal pools are not permanent bodies of water, they're temporary. Wood frogs, American toads, spring peepers, and a few others, they lay their eggs in these temporary bodies of water. So that's not a good thing if you're a tadpole here, and it's been a pretty dry spell. So I'm getting pretty good shots here on my camera. I'm gonna probably have to put my hood up here in a second, but this is what these tadpoles actually need. They actually need it to be a little bit more wet. They need rain. Yep, this is fun. Thunderstorms don't necessarily scare me unless, you know, it calls for tornadoes. I'm not about that. Looks like we're gonna get a break with the rain. I'm documenting on my camera right here as well. So let me show my camera, the phone. So we're actually going live right now on Facebook, and this is just super cool. Just exploring the vernal pools during a thunderstorm. It's probably a little bit too early in terms of the thunderstorm for frogs and toads coming out, because whenever the road is covered in water and you know, it's just a downpour, or after it's rained, that's really the best time to find frogs and toads. It's also the worst time to be on the road because you could hit them. In the world that we live today, with pandemics and all kinds of different problems going on, it's important to stop sometimes and enjoy the little things. During the spring, hearing the spring peepers or the wood frogs, or even coming across a spotted salamander doing a road cruise, it's all very important to me. These little things, whether it's picking them up off the road and moving them, or just documenting them for scientific information for the state. There's so many important reasons as to why frogs and toads are so important. A world without frogs is a world that we cannot live in because they make up so much of the ecosystem, being predators and prey. Hopefully, this documentary gave you more of a perspective as to how awesome and how loud the spring actually is. Without these frogs and salamanders braving the elements to come out, things would just not be the same. There's nothing like driving past Walmart in the middle of the night, hearing a chorus of spring peepers, or being on a hiking trail in the evening and watching wood frogs stumble out of the bushes and leap across a path in front of your very eyes. There are so many great things that these animals bring to the table, and they're not just something that we should take for granted. So for Frog Week, wrapping up the early risers, hopefully the point was made that all of these animals are very important, beneficial, and we should respect them in their native environment.
It's not uncommon for that to happen, but for wood frogs it's cooler and it's the condition. And if you arrive,
there's a lot of exciting surprises that you guys won't want to miss. So please continue to stay tuned into Frog Week. Like this and share it with your friends.
Where, you know, anything can happen any given night, any frog or toad can spring out.